Okay, we're on to lesson 1.15, Describe Geometry Part 1. And I think y'all are going to be happy with this lesson because it's a lot like Algebra 1. Of course, if you didn't like Algebra 1, you may not like this lesson. Please, please, please add your course number and your section number with all communication to me, so that way I can help you easier. I've still got a lot of students who aren't doing that, and so I have to go into another program and look you up and find out where you are so I can go help and get the information that you need. So please, please, please add this information with all communication to me. Our objectives in this lesson are to identify and graph points in the coordinate plane and to identify and describe parts and properties of the coordinate plane. Here's all these terms that they say are new, not really new, because I know you've learned them before. A coordinate plane, and most of them I'm not going to describe them right here because we're going to be describing them in the lesson. An ordered pair, a quadrant, the x-axis, the y-axis, the x-coordinate, and the y-coordinate. Here we are with the coordinate plane, and I've drawn a neat little arrow showing you the x-axis. And remember those lessons where we were working on the number line? The x-axis is basically just a number line. Okay, that's all it is. And then there's the y-axis, which happens to be a number line that's going up and down instead of side to side. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to plot an ordered pair, and this ordered pair happens to be -4 and 6. -4 is going to be the x-coordinate, 6 is going to be the y-coordinate. They're always written in that order in the parentheses. So the first thing I'm going to do is plot the ordered pair. Notice -4 is the x-coordinate, and it is 4 units to the left. Anytime you're working with a negative x, you'll always be going to the left. If I was working with a negative y, I would be going down. Okay? And you can see here I tried to put this green arrow showing that I was going 4 units to the left. Then I'm going to take 6 and I'm going to go 6 units up. Oh my goodness, look at what Miss Poor did. She went 8 units up. I was not paying attention to what I was doing, and I apologize. It should stop right there. Let me come over here, and I will make a little bitty circle. I'm going to get that circle, and I'm going to come right here. We should only be going 6 units up. It's not that I don't know how to plot points, I just wasn't paying attention when I was making the slide, and I apologize for that. Okay, let's identify some other parts of the coordinate plane. Notice how I've just labeled this the y-axis. Let me get my pointer. I know y'all can probably see that little black arrow, but I like the pointer. Here's y for the y-axis, x for the x-axis. Now, they number these kind of strange, different than what we're used to. But here's quadrant 1. It's in the upper right-hand corner. Notice here that your x and y coordinates are always positive in this quadrant. Now I'm going to move to the left, upper left corner, and I have quadrant 2. And I put these in quotes. That's how I identify them. Okay, Q1, Q2, quadrant 1, quadrant 2. Notice when you're in quadrant 2, your x's are always negative and your y's are always positive. Then I'm going to go down to quadrant 3, okay, the lower left-hand corner, call that Q3. Notice here the ordered pairs, your x-coordinates are always negative and your y-coordinates are always negative. Then I slide over to the right lower corner. This is going to be quadrant 4. Oh, I forgot to change that to a 4. Notice here that your coordinates, your x's are always positive and your y's are always negative. Okay, hopefully this is a whole lot of review for you. One of the main things that you're doing in this lesson is plotting points and learning how to locate the points, you know, or tell, hey, this point is actually this coordinate and things like that. So I'm just going to do this one example for you. First, we're going to plot the point M. And if you'll notice my little green arrow down here, I've got how you always start at the origin. Okay, I'm going to start at the origin and go 2 units to the right because it's positive. And then my y-coordinate is -1. So I'm going to go down 1 unit, and there's my point M. Okay, Next, I'm going to plot point N, which is -3 and -3. I start at the origin. I go to the left 3 units for the -3. My y is -3, so I'm going to go down 3 units, and there's my point N. Okay. Here my r is 0, my y is 3.5, so this one was kind of tricky. 0 is the origin. So there's my x-coordinate right there, 0. So all I have to do is go up 3.5 units, and there's my point R. I like it when one of them's at the origin. It makes it real short and sweet. Now plotting point T, my x is 5, so I'm going to got my green arrow going 5 units to the right. My y is going to be a -2, so I'm going to go 2 units down. There you go with my green arrow, 2 units down, and there's my point T. Next I have point V. My x value is a -3, so I'm going 3 units to the right. Since y is 0, I'm not going anywhere else. Okay, that is my point right there, because y, I'm not having to go up or down. Let's do one more. For point W, my x is a -half, my y is 1. So look here, my little bitty green arrow going over half a point. Okay, to the left because it's a -half. And then I'm going to go up 1 because my y is a +1, and there's my point W. Okay, what we learned in this lesson: points can be located in space using a coordinate plane. That's what we were just doing. The coordinate plane is constructed from 2 perpendicular number lines called axes. The axes divide the plane into 4 quadrants. Every point on the plane is either on an axis or in one quadrant, and every point can be described with an ordered pair that tells the point's location on the coordinate plane. What you need to be doing after you watch this video is reading through the LMS lesson. It does give you a little bit more detail than what I gave you here. Read through the pages in your reference guide. Work these 4 problems in your problem set. Be sure to call me if there's anything you don't understand about a coordinate plane, because we're going to be using it a lot. And make note of any general questions you have when you attend CC on Thursday. Thanks for listening, and we'll